What's the matter, you? Hey, what do you gotta say? Hey! Mike can't groove. He's mad as a hornet. Groovers! He wants to go out. It's mole season. You understand? It's the hour of the mole right now. In my house right now, it's about 7 at night, 7:30 at night. And I'm telling you what, that's when the moles come in. I'm Amy Lee. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, it's PayPal, even Mona Lisa, dropping these pearls. Now, today I'd like to talk about some stuff. I want to talk about sovereign citizens because I just don't quite get it. But in the meantime, it's the news. The news to use. The news to use. So they say Diddy is on a hunger strike. Oh, dear. Somebody feed the extortionist rapist. Please, somebody help him. He needs to eat. Oh, he needs to eat so much. In fact, I'm not swearing anymore, am I? Doggone it. I sometimes do this, as we all know. All right, so today my music suggestion. Tell you what, it's been a day. It's been a day with the cats. Klaus and Groove. And Groove, I had to put Groove in a bag, and he pooped his fur. Josie's on his vacation far away. Come around and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. That's my song. I just want to use your love tonight. Yeah. I don't want to lose your love tonight. Yeah. 1985, Your Love. I love that song, man. Outfield. Yeah, it always takes me back to the 80s, you know. It's so good. It takes me right back. And even now, as old as I am, when I hear that song, I hop in my DeLorean and I just slide through the years, honey. My movie suggestion, which has nothing to do with anything at all, is Cousins. Have you ever seen it? It was 1989. You got your Ted Danson and your Isabella Rossellini. Isabella Rossellini, she looks like she could be my mother, my sister, my cousin. We look alike. We got the short hair, we got the big eyes, and that beautiful face. So many things that I want to say. You know I like my girls a little bit older. So the YouTube Rex, I'm just going to bust out some YouTuberies and you can look up this sovereign citizenship stuff on. Man, it's hard not to swear. Like I try, you know, in the struggle. It's real. It's very, very real. Oh, it's real. And he did I don't know about a series, but it was called Sovereign Citizens Moments, a mega compilation. Law and Crime did one on, it'll just say Sovereign Citizens. If you just, you know, grab the old remote, push that Sovereign Citizens, and you'll get a shit ton. A ton of, you know, lots of videos to watch about it. I want to talk about it because I think it's weird. I called up my mom, who's a very political person. She's always watching that C-SPAN. And I'm like, girl, you will not change anything by sitting here watching them and bitching at the top. Like, no one hears you. And if they do, they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it either. No one likes it when I bitch. So I'm like, hey. I had to start a YouTube channel to bitch across the United States and the world. Hey, it's not the same when I leave my hillbilly things. Now I got teeth. What a shame. All right, but long crime, of course, they have sovereign citizen stuff, of course. You know, long crime. I gotta say, I really do hope you all watch that Robert Fable video. Because that was just, I just can't tip my hat off enough, like, to all of them. Like, the police alone were like, listen, pal. And then him wearing that lingerie, you know, my goodness gracious. So you got Fox 8 did one long crime, and you'll find it. There's lots of them. Just like I said, sovereign citizen, it'll come up. Today's ASL, which is American Sign Language, is going to be together. So you're going to make like thumb side up fists, put them together. Like you're stirring cake batter together, okay? Now, I looked on the YouTubery because, like I said, my book, I literally have a book of ASL, and that said what I just said. When I looked it up on the YouTuberies, I saw many different forms of it. Like I said, you'll have an accent on your American Sign Language. So today's sign language is together, but you might also just see it as this. Just this. Like that. The medical terminology I would like to do is together. And this SYN, together, as in syndrome, a group of symptoms put together to make one disease, one ailment, something like that, is a syndrome. A drome is actually a grouping of things. So syn means together. Now, geez, hey, what does together mean in German? German? All right. Zusamen, together, in German. How about Russian, name? What are you talking about, Russian? Who the hell asked for Russian? The Russians. Why would the Russians ask? They already know how to say, all right, it was me. All right, and that is, now, she struggles, okay? My brother could speak Russian, I can't. Miste. Guys, people. I don't like when people say guys. Everybody says guys. You notice that lately? Guys, bro, y'all. Can we please do better? I know I'm trying. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not. You know when I called up my brother tonight and I was like, hey, what do you know about this? He's like, why would you want to do a video on something you don't know about? And I said, this is how I find out about things. This is how I do things. It ain't bad, you hear? I'm doing all right. Getting good grades. My future's so bright. I wear contacts. Yeah. See? Didn't see that coming, did you? All right. I got some other goods here. Oh, yeah. No, that was it. All right. So we are going to discuss sovereign citizens. Okay? Time for the deets. It's time for the deets. You know I can't stop it. I gotta do it. It's time for the deet. Also, don't forget, pretty soon, the Fog of War. And I did order that actually on DVD. You know I can't figure out this doggone software. Lordy. I have tried. I've tried. But, you know, like, when you don't know the basics, I don't know how to even copy and paste on my computer. I don't know how to do that stuff. I don't. So it's very hard for me
Вместе.
Место.
Вместе.
Место. That's together in Russian.
Вместе.
Место. It sounds like a little old Italian Jew down in Brooklyn. Hey, Mister. Hey, Mister. It's together. Mister. I don't mind it. I don't hate it now, do I? I don't hate it, I say. So, sovereign citizens, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to put it on my community page. You'll see it. There's lots of weird things with this stuff. Oh, shoot. No, wait. Also in the news, I wanted to discuss. Did you see that sheriff that killed the judge? What is that, Kentucky? Son of a bitch. Where did that go? That's shit. All right, now I'm swearing. I wrote all this down. I want to get it. Ooh, I'm irritated. Okay, so the sheriff shoots the judge. The thing is, I'm going to say, no, I got it right here. I already put it down. Why are you arguing with yourself? I don't know. But I am arguing with myself. Oh, this guy is creepy as the day is long. My God, look at this disgusting person. Look at that. Gross. So that guy makes deals with female prisoners, sex deals, if you know what I mean. And what a pig. He's so fugly. He makes me sick to look at his face. They all make me sick because the sheriff has been looking away while all this is happening. Supposedly. What the hell's going on? What the heck is going on? They have a deputy in the same department who had 2 women come against him, and one of them's dead. Now, this is all alleged, okay? But supposedly, this bozo goes in, the sheriff goes in with the judge. They swap phones. He shoots him till he's dead. They're best friends. They just went to lunch. He says something to the effect of my wife and my daughter. You ruined my family, my wife and my daughter. And the word on the curb is the judge was diddling his daughter. What kind of sick people are we dealing with? Listen, pal, if it was cool when it was somebody else's daughter, what's the problem, honey? What's the problem? I don't understand. Are you upset now that it's your family? Now that it's your people, your daughter, your wife, you're upset now. How dare you? How dare you? And here's the best part. He wants a public defender. He's still being paid. He's still the sheriff, and he still has all of his benefits. He's asking for a public defender for people like me who have no money, and this jerk's making $130,000 a year or something like that. Who the hell knows? Even if he was making $30,000, he'd still make double what I make. And he wants a public defender. After he watched woman after woman after woman go into those chambers and make those deals, and he knew what was going on. You are not best friends with somebody and not know what's going on. You always know what's going on. Even if they don't tell you, you know what's going on. Capiche? This is stupid. Stupid. Gosh, every time I think of this stuff, I get mad. Whitesburg, Kentucky. Well, who the heck? Oh, my God. Just disgusting. Sean Mickey Stein shot District Judge Kevin Mullins multiple times. Kentucky State Police. You got to be kidding me. Surrendered without incidents. Charged with 1 count of first-degree murder. I want to know, what about all the people that they did these things to? What about all that? Who's that going to fall on? And are you going to let those women out of prison now? Are those women's records going to be expunged? It's just like when we talk about this Diddy crap. I've been watching the Diddy stuff for years. Nobody else has. Very few of us has. Like, I was watching Dolly Vision today. I love that. I love that YouTube channel. Sweet little PJ was taking a nap. But Dolly was saying, he's like, I've been watching this for years and la la la, just like I was. So it's kind of funny because a lot of white people haven't been keeping up with certain things in people's eyes, but we do, because my generation, we grew up with hip hop. We did all that stuff. And if people say that's black culture, okay, then stop straightening your hair. That's my culture. Please stop. Don't wear blonde wigs. That's my culture. Please stop. If you want to take your culture, blast it on my news, blast it on my TV, put it on my radio, and then tell me not to listen to it just to pay for it and buy it, and what? Then what? I can't listen to it? I'm not supposed to know all the lyrics? I'm not supposed to sing along? God knows I'm not supposed to have rhythm. Now, I'd like to know what the hell they're going to do about this. Now, I know I have spoken to Gene Deal on the phone before. I've spoken to Gene Deal. I know about this crap. I followed all of it. And I want Usher to be pulled up for bringing freaking Bieber in. What's that about? He was basically Ghislaine Maxwell? Ghislaine Maxwell, whatever we call her. She's in jail because she gave women to a pig, and Usher hand-delivered a little boy to this nightmare of a man. When you watch that video where you'll see him put his arm around him going, hey, you want to get that car? You'll get it tomorrow. You'll get it after this weekend. Well, what are we going to do? I don't know. Maybe just look at some girls and go see some ladies. What do you think, Diddy? He's like, we can't discuss what we're going to do. Nah, we'll just tape it, slather it in baby oil, and have a good time. Get the hell out of here. Usher needs to go too, in my opinion. This is my opinion. It's all my opinion. You cannot do that. All those people, all those musicians, nobody made money. He made it so that he got everybody's money and everybody's rights to all of their music. So even if you wrote something and put your heart and soul into it, it doesn't matter. Do you remember TLC? Was it TLC? I want to say TLC so bad because my friend is like, let's make a YouTube channel called TLC. And it basically means like, it's like THC, but it's TLC. Anyway, you know, the, oh shit, what they sing? Was it, I gotta look it up. You know me, I can't remember nothing. TLC, shouldn't they sing, yeah, it was TLC, okay. La, la, creep. Yeah, they sang Creep, and they sang Waterfalls and all that stuff. They were broke. They were dead broke. In fact, one of the girls got AIDS from those Diddy parties. And she even went to like a different, where did she go? Let me see here where. TLC AIDS, I think it was Left Eye. And I think she went to, she died in an accident, a car accident in 2002 while in Honduras. She had AIDS. Yeah, Lisa Left Eye Lopez. So, from what we understand, from what I've seen through the years, from what I have seen, from what I have gathered, in my own opinion, she was in a Diddy-style situation and contracted an STD. And a lot of people say that that car accident was not an accident. Very similar to Kim Porter's situation. She was writing that book, by the way. If you see in Kim's words or in Kim's, let me see here. Kim Porter book. What's it called? It's a memoir. All of a sudden, it's not saying the name of the book. It's a damn diary. It's supposed to be, but it's been written a long time ago. It's in Kim's words or in my words or something like that. Doggone it. But the point is you can't get it now. I was watching a few channels today and they were like, yeah, it is gone. You cannot get it on Amazon. You can't get it here, there, anywhere. It's very similar to the Hiltons when the Hiltons had something out, and then all of a sudden nobody could get it. If you want to know about the Hiltons books, the books about all the Hilton nonsense, I'm talking Zsa Gabor Bonin, the main Hilton, and the son Hilton, and all of the goodness, and Big Cathy and all of it. Zach Peters did it, and so did Mims. Make It Make Sense. They both did book readings on that. Just like we're going to do a book reading on Hello, The Fog of War. I promise you, you'll like it. It might sound pretty boring right now, but you'll like it. Man, I go off on a tangent sometimes, but, it's just really annoying to me when people with money really take advantage of too much. But then I think, what if it was me? Like, what if I had, like, a lot of money? Why do I keep saying, like, if I had a lot of money, what would I do? How would I be? How am I even when I get a little bit of money, Like, stop saying, like, does it go to my head? Does it go to my heart? Do I think of other people? What do I do? I'm not going to sit back and criticize other people unless I check myself. I'm going to check myself every time. So I'm going to tell you some things that I read. It's called Patrol Issues. This came out April 15th, 2024, and it is to the police. This is their own, seems like, it's called Police One. Alexa Perlman, no. Police One. It's news and analysis of police networking and what to do. Like, it's probably like a newspaper type situation. Like, this is what's going on. Everybody pay attention to this. This is what's going on over here. So it says 5 responses to a sovereign citizen at a traffic stop. I'm going to tell you what. Once you start watching these on YouTube, you're going to be like kind of irritated. I get irritated. I get very irritated with things like this. I'm not used to my teeth yet. I have a speech impediment already, but now it's like doubly gobbledygook. Okay, here's some. I want to tell you 5 things that are said when they are pulled over. I am not driving. I am traveling. Pulled over in a car. I am not driving. I am traveling. As a free person, I do not recognize a jurisdiction. Blah, 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 blah. Literally says blah, blah, blah. That is a cop's. That is their own information. Blah, blah. That's how it is. Do you understand how disgusting this is that these people are doing this? I don't understand. Number 3, speeding is not a crime. A crime requires injury. It requires an injured party. Okay. Number 4, as a free person, your license plates do not apply to me. Your license taxes do not apply to me. Number 5, am I being detained? And I would just like to top off onto that. I've seen a lot. I want to see your chief and I want a supervisor. I've seen that. I get a lot of, when I'm watching these things, I know my rights. I know my rights. What does that have to do with you driving a car, a truck, a van? I don't give a crap. No license, no tags, no driver's license, and no insurance. No registration. Do you know what they do? They make them up. They make up license plates. They make up driver's license. And when the policeman comes to the door and he asks you who you are, you're not going to get a name. I gotta say, as many times as I've seen these videos, whether I watch Blue Cam, Blue Watch, Body Cam, this and that, and I watch a lot. As we all know, I watch a lot of this stuff. Doggone it. Police are so patient. They're so patient. I want to say most of this is based on the 14th Amendment. There is, if you go on Google, you'll find a sovereign citizen's guide, and you can download it. It's 7 pages. It's not from the sovereign citizens. It's on the other side. It's the actual government releasing this out for people to understand what's happening. I understand the whole point of it in a way where we have seen corruption. We have seen these things. There's been a lot of things where you sit back and go, I don't want my taxes to go to missiles. I don't want my taxes to go over here. These people aren't paying taxes. They're not paying taxes. My son's father-in-law is a semi-professional golfer, gives lessons, and does not pay taxes. Works at a yacht club, has a great house, a beautiful car. He's not paying his taxes and he's not paying his bills. He doesn't believe in it. If you don't believe in it, why do you have the products? How'd you get those? Did you sign papers then? Did you sign those papers? Were those papers real? I'm just curious. Were they real? Were they real? When you went there and you signed on the dotted line saying, I owe you $35,000 for my Lexus. Or did you put a thumbprint? All right, listen, I'm just going to start reading some of this crap. I get irritated. I get really irritated. So they consider the sovereign citizen is a catch-all phrase, which basically in law enforcement, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people, I mean, really, it just stinks, man. It's anti-government. I get that. I get it. I'm not a good rule follower myself. But we are a society. We're a society. It's not like it was before. I'm not here and you're not like 200 miles that way. That's sovereign citizenship. I get it. I'm down with it. I get it. I don't want to follow your crap. You're not following my crap. Here we are. But when you've got communities of people driving cars, and I have to have insurance, and you hit me with your car and you say I'm a sovereign citizen, what are you talking about? They may issue their own driver's license, their own vehicle tags, their own rights. They'll start reading, I am a blah, blah, blah. Like, really? Create and file liens against government officials. There was a judge who went to go buy a house, and the bank called him, and they're like, we got you that rate, but you know what? You got a $70 million lien against your house from a sovereign citizen. You're stomping on my constitutional rights. You'll hear that a lot. I'm not a person. I'm an individual. It's what they say. What's your name? I'm not a person. I'm an individual. Government control. Okay, so one of the main terms they use is a straw man. A straw man is a corporate entity, a federal enslaved citizen. I think the problem lies a lot between the federal law and the state law. The federal law is very different than the state law, and that's why I need your help, people, because I don't understand this. If you're going to say, okay, I'm just going to tell you this stuff. Okay. Government-controlled enslaved straw man documents showing name in all caps, birth certificate, social security card, driver's license, tax forms. These forms only represent a shell corp identity, the straw man, because The straw man represents corporate entity of federal enslavement of a citizen. A citizen means subject of. So even though they're calling themselves sovereign citizens, they don't even want the word citizen because that means subject of. I'm not your subject. They will sign documents in red ink, names in all caps. For example, I'm Amy Lee. Normally we do the capital A-M-Y, capital L-E-E. We're going to do all caps. And then I'm going to put a C and circle it as a copyright. That's one of the ways they sign things. They'll copyright it. Zip codes in brackets. And addresses that say near. Guys, these rules would work in Pilgrim days, perhaps. There are very many groups of sovereign citizens. There's not just one. It's not one group. They may carry a copy of the Black Laws Dictionary as a reference of laws and views of the sovereigns. The Moorish ones believe in the fictitious 1787 treaty that gives them immunity to things. So they claim to occupy their United Nations indigenous peoples seat of 215, claiming that they're indigenous here and therefore they don't need to pay taxes or comply to any of our state's regulations or do anything like that, like they were here before. No, this is a nation of immigrants. Unless you are a Native American, you are not indigenous to this. Unless you're an Alaskan Eskimo or Hawaiian indigenous person there, or a Native American indigenous to the United States even before it was the United States, and yes, you are indigenous. If you are like me and your parents came over from their, parents came over, then no. Even if you think, hey, I came over on the Mayflower Bloody Blue, it doesn't matter. You came over. It's not indigenous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They'll dress in fake law enforcement gear and wear a badge that says Country Ranger on it. If you see somebody that looks like they're a policeman and they're wearing a badge that looks like a policeman badge and you get up close to them and it says Country Ranger, how come you want to use all the laws and all the stuff and all the statutes and all the uniforms and all this and that, but it doesn't apply to you, but you're going to use it for your own benefit? This is a very selfish, self-satisfying, I don't get it. We are a society. If we were independent people living miles apart from one another and we didn't have to see each other every day, fine. If I need to go to the store and see 75 people in the store, fine. But it's not the way it is. We all see each other all the time. You cannot drive in traffic and make up fake license plates, fake driver's license, write a bunch of crap that doesn't matter to anybody but you, and then say that you don't have to get out of your car, you don't have to comply, and I don't need to tell you who I am, and get the hell out of here. A refusal for cause. So, example, refusal for cause is something they will put on a document sent to your house. So, if you got a I'll just say if I am a sovereign and I get a parking ticket, you send me that ticket, I'm going to put refusal for cause and send it right back to you. And you're going to know why. Because I am not your pigeon. I'm not going to be your puppet. I'm not paying your taxes. I don't care about your parking laws. I don't care about your parking signs. A chargeback notice to the bills So these people use credit cards. They'll use water from the government and city and state. And then when they get the bill, they put a chargeback notice because they expect this notice to go back to the government to pay for their bills. And I'll tell you why right now. I'm going to tell you why. Man, oh man, I'm getting angry. Okay. It all starts with, yes, it does start with the 14th. What is it, 14th Amendment? But they follow heavily on a UCC, which is a Uniform Commercial Code. A common law, flesh and blood. Who talks that's not flesh and blood? Who is talking that isn't flesh and blood? Isn't that kind of assumed? Flesh and blood? Okay. I believe that the filing a UCC financing statement gives them the rights to superior right to the Treasury Act. So it will create bonds to tender to creditor debts. If the creditor wrongly refuses to accept this tender, the sovereign debtor is discharged from responsibility. Now, this goes back to them saying, I'm a sovereign citizen. I'm an indigenous person. Now, why does that matter? I'll tell you why right now. What do they believe? There are two classes of citizens within the United States. One is de jure, and the other one is original citizens of the states. The second class was by the 14th Amendment. It's federal or U.S. citizens. Sovereign citizens enjoy the rights of the Constitution, but federal citizens do not. Federal citizens, the sovereigns believed, have bargained away their freedoms by accepting a benefit from the United States government. So they intend to rescind or denounce the federal citizenship and reclaim their common law sovereign status with all its rights. That helps explain why they refuse to get driver's license, register vehicles, reject Social Security, avoid using zip codes, may not pay taxes, because those are all forms of contracting with the government and accepting the lesser class of citizenship. Now, the second significant, okay, this is where it gets me, okay? So the second batch, they believe this. I'm just going to put it shortly. Sovereign ideology. The details can vary considerably, but generally the explanation for this is how it happens is that a secret United States Treasury account is set up for each citizen at birth. Some large sum of money placed into it or pledged to it, ranging from the hundreds to thousands, but usually the number is $630,000 is a common number you'll hear, to millions, depending on which sovereign citizen group or version you hear. As a consequence, they say two separate identities are created. The corporate shell account, the one pledged to security, is a strawman, to which sovereign citizens refer, in their view, is separate and distinct, and their true flesh and blood identity. So, you remember when people used to say, that's my government name? That's what they're saying. That's my government name. If you send me a bill, then send it to the government because they owe me $630,000. And that's where their crap comes in, where they say that. Man, oh man, I'm telling you what. I understand that we as a people I've become more independent in general. Our work is more independent now. I can work at home. You can work at home. It's not like we all left this morning at 5 a.m., went and checked in, and we all checked out at 5 p.m. It's not like that anymore. People have phones. People have their own TVs. It used to be that if you were going to eat, you'd eat as a family. If you were going to watch TV, you'd watch TV as a family. There was not one kid in one room playing Minecraft, somebody else over here listening to music, somebody in the living room watching TV, somebody in the den watching C-SPAN, and nobody talking to each other. And that's what this crap is. This is crap. How dare you get into a car and talk about I'm traveling. I'm not a commercial driver. I don't subscribe to your state laws. I'm not paying your taxes. Well, then don't drive. Don't drive. It's that simple. Don't drive. If you say I'm traveling, you could travel all you want. Go travel in a bus. Do that. But in a state of the United States of America, it is well known throughout the land. You need a driver's license. And when you get that driver's license, you need insurance for the car that you are driving. If you bust into somebody and you don't have insurance, then what? You're not even paying your taxes. I'm in the hospital. Who cares? You're a sovereign citizen. When you watch these videos, you'll see these people get pulled over. Why are they pulled over? Because they don't have driver's license plates. They will put up a fake plate. They will make up their own documentation. They will not tell you their name. They will say, I'm not a person, I'm an individual. Fine. What's your individual name then? Because I gotta go look it up. This is how the world works right now. This is how it is. How about this, sovereign citizen? How about I just show up to your house? I'm walking in. It's my house. I think it's mine. I'm Amy Lee and I own your house. When I come to your door and you try to stop me, I don't need to talk to you. I'm not even going to answer you. It's my house. So, you want to know who I am? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm Amy Lee, I own your house. That's it. That's it. I'm coming in and I own your house. Get out. Are you going to call the cops? You going to tell them your name? You are? No. Not your Strawman name. Oh, that's crap. You can't do that. Wait. Do you guys just use your Strawman name when you need help? Do you only use the Strawman when you need some help? Who do you call when your house catches on fire? And 911 asks your address. Do you say near then? Do you put your zip code in parentheses then? What are you talking about? Do you know how much a policeman and woman have to deal with to come up on you? First of all, half of these bozos get dragged out of their cars because they will not answer questions. I ask you this. If you are such a good person, subject of or not citizen, and you think you're that great, why aren't you being a very kind, respectful person then? Why don't you answer the questions? You know what's expected of you. You know the actual rules. You know the actual laws. Why do you not do that? Why? Why do I see policemen getting so frustrated, somebody's not even telling them their name. They're saying, listen, you got to show me your name. You got to show me your ID. You got to do this. You got to do that. I don't have to do anything. I know my rights. I know my rights. What does that have to do with the price of tea in China right now, man? Because I'm trying to get your name. A lot of times these people do things like they got cocaine on them. They got guns. They got this. They got that. How would they feel if it was the opposite way? Seriously. How are they handling that? Is there a sovereign citizen police squad that I don't know about? Because you guys need to call them. Call them when you're in trouble. Call them when somebody busts into your house, and call them when your house catches on fire. Call them when you have a heart attack. Call them. Because if you think it's okay to do this, and that, and just do what you want when you want to do it, you're wrong. That's not how society works. You're talking like you live in a flippin' prairie somewhere. Like nobody hangs out. You're nuts. It's nuts. I was going to try to be cool about this. I can't be cool about this. It's stupid, it's ignorant, and it's nuts. So many people have died for this country, and you got the flipping nerve to go out there and talk about sovereign citizenship, and you're not paying taxes? Are you crazy? You're not paying taxes, you're not answering anything, and you don't understand what the problem is. I know my rights. What did I do? What did I do? Sir, I told you about 50 times. You do not have a driver's license. You are speeding. You do not have tags on. These are basic things. For them to say, I know my rights, that does nothing. Next thing you know, bam, 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 your window is crashed. You are being dragged through the streets, and you are being thrown in the back of a cop car, honey, and don't ask for your phone. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then you go in front of the court. You're trying to be all sly, talking about this, and that. No one gives a shit. No one. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. Because not only do I see people my age doing this crap, I'm seeing young kids do it too. So somebody's actually telling somebody who's 16 right now, who's supposed to be getting a license, you don't need that. They tell you do, but you really don't. You don't need any of that. You don't need to pay property taxes. No, you don't. You do not. If nobody pays taxes, how do policemen, firemen, and ambulance get paid? How? Do your streets get cleared? How? How? Do your potholes get filled? You're probably the first person to bitch, too. Aren't you? I cannot tell you how upset this makes me. Now, I've been watching this for a while. It's been going on for a couple years. Some people might want to blame Trump or whatever. Whatever. It's not really the case. In my opinion, it's not the case. It just seems like a bunch of people using this UCC and $650,000 act like it's their Strawman account. Your Strawman account? What if this was, now let's just say, if you want to talk about the laws that you're talking about, then let's talk about all the laws you're talking about. Because if you want to talk about a Strawman account and go to them and have the government pay it, you'd be put in debtor's prison, wouldn't you? A flesh and blood sovereign. Get the hell out of here. There's different cases in North Carolina. Two sovereign citizens group in North Carolina are the Moorish and the Washita Nation. And here's the crazy part. A lot of the Moorish community is black, and then the Aryan Nation also kicks up a lot. They like it too. They like it too. So we've got, just read it. I'll just read it to you because I just can't get this off of my mind. I can't. Okay. Two of the most prevalent sovereign citizens in North Carolina are the Moorish Nation and the Washita Nation. Moorish Nation adherents may refer also to Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Republic, United Nubian Nation of Moors, that's NUMM in capital letters, MUR Republic, or variations. Moorish sovereigns tend to be black and younger. Many get started on this path in prison. What a shocker. The Washita Nation is a Moorish branch. It's tied to a poverty point in Poverty Point, Louisiana. White supremacist organizations such as Aryan nation, may embrace sovereign citizen ideology as well. So too many free man and related groups. If you go on here and you read the Sovereign Citizens Quick Guide, it's a PDF, 7 pages, you're going to see stuff you're going to be surprised. I'm very surprised. I am very, very, very surprised. I didn't realize the 600. It's just so stupid. How dare you consume things and then not want to pay for them? And just consistently take. You can't just keep taking from people and expecting everybody to dance around you because you want to do a little bump. You want to do a little cocaine? Hey, who cares? I don't care. I don't pay your taxes. Hey, I'm going to drive 75 to 25. I don't adhere to your state speed limits. I don't care if it's a school zone. I don't care. I felt like going 75. So what? You don't even know my name. I don't have to tell you you're a straw man. You're all straw man. You can have my straw man name, but that's not me. That person isn't me. I'm an individual. I'm an individual. I got a big problem with that. A big problem. So, I'm just going to tell you this one. Alright. It's what they say. I am not driving, I am traveling. Often, the sovereign citizens don't bother to pay for their license. They feel right to free movement means they do not need a license. Travel is a right. What the sovereigns fail to grasp is they are free to travel by foot, bike, or even horse. A car is a complex machine. To operate complex machines requires training and some licensure to operate and use a machine. It says here in Wisconsin, all our driving laws are worded, operate a motor vehicle and none say drive. Specifically, probably for that reason. As a free person, I do not recognize your jurisdiction. At some point, sovereign citizen will say they're a free person. Free of any legal constraints, including taxes and fines. What they fail to grasp is that they want protection from the local government without paying for the cost of it, which is just what I said. I didn't even read this shit. So if your child was hurt or in a house fire, see, I just read this, you'd call them, right? Well, that's what taxes pay for. Speeding is not a crime. A crime is an injured party. If their twisted view of law, they feel ordinance violations are not valid because there is no victim. Yet they forget we all have different levels of legal violations in the county, in the country, in the state. Not a crime, but a civil forfeiture. Teeth. Thus, no injured party is needed. It is a civil matter, not a criminal matter. Therefore, no injured party does not apply. As a free person, your license plates, taxes do not apply to me. It seems some sovereign citizens will make their own license plates for their cars. These plates will display terms like U.S. constitutional plate, exempt, sovereign, neutral, non-combatant, sovereign, Christian citizen, or any of other non-legal terms. They feel they are exempt from the illegal tax on car ownership. These sovereigns love to use legal terms and talk about contracts. They forget that the nice roads they travel on have to be paved and in the winter plowed. I said that to you. Pointing out to them that there is a social contract between people using the roads and people using roads open for travel. Someone needs to pay for the cost of the roads, so the license plate costs are not a tax. They are a user fee. This is what the police are told to say. Am I being detained? The sovereign citizens in the COP block movement. COP, C-O-P, block, like a cock block, but it's a cop, policeman. COP block movement. Love this question. People who got their law degrees by reading Facebook comments feel that being detained is the same as an arrest. A traffic stop is a short investigative detention. An officer with reasonable suspicion that a violation has taken place may stop someone for a short time to establish facts related to the violation. How brief that short time will be decided solely by the citizen. If they want to play games, it will last longer. The conclusion. Remember, some sovereign citizens have propensity for violence. Now, this is sent to the police. This is what they're warning men and women about sovereign citizens, okay? So already when they're walking up there, they're already ready, like, what's going to happen? Are they going to, like, try to hurt me because they think that they, propensity for violence. Make sure you have backup. Keep your eyes open for threats. Just because they are dumb enough to get brainwashed into something crazy, some crazy belief system, does not mean they're too stupid to learn tactics to hurt us. Their tactics is to cause confusion to the officer, turn labels on them, confuse them, make them question what they have learned and what they have learned themselves by watching YouTube videos. Twice. The fire department. Yeah, that's the best. I agree. I didn't fully read this because I wasn't going to, but it's funny that they said all the things I said. I feel the same way. It doesn't make any sense when you got the law calling you a crank, that you have gibberish, that you, oh my gosh, that they burden the courts with hundreds and hundreds of documents meaning nothing. They're putting liens on judges and policemen and people trying to actually do the job that they are paid to do, that my taxes pay for, right? Your taxes. So there's a distinguishment between sovereign citizens and federal. The secret U.S. Treasury setup. That's something. 630,000. What a crap. Corporate shell account. Pledged as security is the Strawman account. What a bunch of crap. Can you believe that? I really can't believe it. I really can't believe it. Why ask for documents and why ask for them? You'll see them in court say stuff like, show me your laws, show me your rules. And someone will go like, here you go. And they'll go, that doesn't prove anything. Well, then why are you asking for it? And if you don't believe in our documents, why would we believe in yours? Especially since yours aren't real. Just because you write it doesn't make it true. I could write down, I own your house, I own your car. I'll break into your car and take it. It's mine. They call me Puddin'. Puddin's my name. Oh, you want my real? No. It's my strawman name. I'm not a strawman. I'm an individual. I'm not a person. I've got blood and flesh, Insist on a chief of police. Insist on, get out of here. It's a crime to give false documents, okay? So if you offer up a false driver's license, I think that's a felony. It's bad. It's a crime, okay? You don't listen to this. If someone comes up to you, they're going to make sense. They are. They're going to make a lot of sense. And they're going to be like, we're non-violent. This is how we like to do things. It just makes sense. If you don't follow basic instructions in society, like give me your name, hand me your license, then don't be in society. Simply go away. Go be Little House on the Prairie. Go. Because you can't follow the rules, honey. And then you're the first one to bitch when they throw you in the back of the cop car. Oh, these are too tight. I can't breathe. Get out of here. Society works like a school of fish. We all have to go together. We all have to do the same things because it's like a bike race. You see one person fall and then they all start plummeting. You know, you don't want that. You want it to go a little smoother. There's a reason why there's laws. There's a reason. I'm not a good rule follower. I'm not. God knows I'm not. I have a real hard time understanding a lot of things. I get real confused, and a lot of the times I will have like some kind of misunderstanding of the confusion of it all, because I'll screw it up. I do. I screw up a lot of stuff. I do all the time. I'm bipolar. You understand? Is it an excuse? It's a fact. It's a fact. And I do make a lot of confusion. And that's why I'm paid to stay home. I can't go out into society. You know, I'm wondering if somebody's a sovereign citizen and they collect disability. That'd be something. Yeah, we all got to comply by these laws. And not one person is more important than the other. By your own ideology, you're saying, I'm an independent person. I'm an independent person. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I'm not doing anything wrong. You are. Because if somebody gets hurt in a car, number one, you are. I saw somebody today say something like, I'm a traveler. I'm not making money on this. I'm traveling. And this isn't, I'm not driving, right, what is it? You got two different, like a driver's license and a DSL, right? This is a license for a truck. Commercial driving. So she kind of implied like, I'm not driving commercially, I'm driving to travel. I'm not driving to make money. I'm not working for the government. I'm not driving commercial thing. I'm traveling. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. That's what she said. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. Driving is to do something, you know, something's getting accomplished. Well, see, there's two different licenses for that. You know that. You know that. You know that. 14th rights, liberties, born naturalized in the USA. I know my rights. Call a supervisor. Call them. Why? So that somebody who's super busy taking care of somebody who might have got murdered has to come talk to your dumb ass so you could tell them about how you're a sovereign citizen and they still need to break out your window and they still need to drag your ass out of the car and they still need to put you in cuffs. And now, you not only have a ticket for the speeding, driver's license, now you've got some more fun stuff. You got stuff like, what's it called? You know, I can't remember where it's people. I get in these moods and I start thinking of shit and I'm like, what the hell? What's it called? Let me see. What are some tickets a sovereign citizen gets for Ohio? Okay, let's see what we get for in Ohio. I'm in Ohio. Sovereign citizen encounters and what policemen should know. Wow. All right. Non-compliance. You're going to get the non-compliance saying you're going to get resisting arrest. You're going to probably get contempt of court. You're going to get probably like 7 tickets and some time and some fines. And then when you put that crap on it, talking about I'm not going to pay it, send it back to the government to pay it because they owe me money. I don't have a name. They use a copyright symbol with the name. They use a name, a prefix of noble, bay, or elbay, B-E-Y. My person has a name license. I don't. Red ink thumbprints. This is stupid. Is it really, though, the state and the federal that is the biggest problem with that? Because I really just think it's a frame of mind, actually. I don't think it's right in any situation to act like this. You know, even when they ask them simple stuff, they'll ask them to take off their hat in court. They'll tell them it's a religious headdress. It's a baseball cap. It's not a religious headdress. The reason why these things that sovereign citizens are using that are big hitting terms are important is because they're important. Because somebody took the time to sacrifice for those things. To wear a religious headdress, you sacrificed for that. You did not sacrifice to put on that baseball hat. You know, don't police have enough, you know, stuff to do? Do you know anybody with this? Do you know anybody who does this? Are you a sovereign citizen? Is this in other countries? I don't understand this. I don't understand it at all. I think it's arrogant. I think it's ignorant. I think it's very selfish. To put those police people through that is wrong. To do that to somebody every day is wrong. It is just like when I was talking about that Kentucky case where the sheriff shot the judge. The sheriff didn't care when it was other people's daughters getting taken advantage of, did he? He didn't care. It's even alleged that the judge knocked up his daughter. People are alleging that. It's ridiculous. Why is it that people don't care until it hits them in the head? Why doesn't anybody care? You want to take advantage of everything given to you, but you don't want to sacrifice and pay to get it? This is why everybody says what we're not going to do. This is why everybody says, you got the wrong one, honey. You know, all this. How could everybody be the wrong one? How could everybody do that? We got to come back, people. Just because we have our own phones, our own Xboxes, our own things, and we don't talk to people anymore, our minds are going crazy. The fact that somebody thinks that they could actually get pulled over and drive away, they're nuts. You're out of mind. You're out of touch. You know better than that. You know better than that. Even when they get thrown in jail, you'll see them come back with their tail between their legs because there's no winning at this. You're not going to win. If you go into court, you tell them that you don't have a name, that you're an individual, flesh and blood, it doesn't matter. That's contempt of court. You're going away. Cut the crap. Please don't do this. If this was your son as a police officer or your daughter as a police officer, wouldn't you be scared of them going up to these cars with no license? Normally, a police person gets to check that license and see what's going on in that car before they walk up to it. Do you know how many people have guns on them? There's carry laws. You could carry a gun in your car. Conceal and carry, all kinds of carry laws. Who cares? The point is would you care if that was your child? Would you let your daughter walk up to a truck with a bunch of guys in it and you don't even know who's in there? It's her by herself pulling men over on a back country road, and they're talking about, I'm sovereign citizen, let's have some fun. How far is this going to go? And why on earth did it even begin? I mean, I kind of get why it began, because we see this crap out there. And if you think that you could take your individualism and put it on the public, then you've already made a mistake. There's a term one-on-one, and that's a reason. It's not one to everybody, okay? Are you going to play football as a team of one against 50 people? and say, I know football better than anybody knows football. I got all the moves. Are you going to make it? Are you going to get a touchdown? Are you? Where's it going? Where's the end game? Do you think that your grandfathers died for this country and your father died for this country for this crap? Even if I fought wars and I believed in this still, I would go up in the hills. I'd get the hell out of society. This is not for society. Yes, a citizen is a subject of, and you are a subject of discussion, and you are a disappointment. God bless America.